Hey guys, Dr. Decks here. I'm over at the Stabila booth at JLC Live in Portland, Oregon. I'm here with Rich from Stabila. This guy knows his stuff. He wants to show you some really cool lasers and levels, tools that we use every day on the job site. We love this brand and we love this product, Rich. Thanks for having us, man.
Yeah, for sure.
I really appreciate it. Tell us about these products.
Well, first of all, I love the relationship that you and your passion that you do for the deck world. And for me, what we're looking for is, as I sit and talk to people on a daily basis, what do you need to be the best at what you do? That's our specialty. So, being that he's exterior, extreme weather conditions.
Oh yeah.
Rains a little bit by you, huh?
It rains. It rains.
So what Stabila's known for is our durability. This particular laser is our LER 350. It's our dual slope laser. Extreme conditions have a working range of 2,600 feet. It dual slopes, so you could pitch the water away from a project. You could angle it on the second axis to go ahead and put it into a retaining area. What's nice about this laser, besides being horizontal, it could go vertical, it could lay out a square, and then, like you said, it's got your slope. At the end of the day, what you're looking for is a laser that's going to perform in extreme conditions, be accurate and durable. The platform is nice because it runs on 2D batteries. It's easy in, easy out, little battery compartment. There is an available battery pack that's rechargeable for guys that are in the rechargeable systems. The overall unit itself is kind of unique compared to anything that else is in the industry. What happens when I turn on the laser, this control is actually motion controlled. It's the only one in the world. What this allows me to do is speed up the laser or slow it down. So as you twist your wrist, almost just like one of those video games, as you're twisting this way, it's actually controlling it. What's nice about it, when you're doing a simple slope and I want to set my angles and my pitch, simply twist your wrist. It has some other unique features in there. If we put scan mode, what it's going to do is going to isolate the beam, but it's only going to project it in one area. If we go to a masking mode, it's quite unique when we're actually doing the masking part of it. The diode's actually spinning 360, but it's not printed on you or I.
Right.
What that's nice is when you're doing a project and you don't want to affect anybody with a laser beam at elevation, it gives you a way to shield that laser beam. Being that the diode's still spinning, it's going to trigger your receiver. The receiver is most often overlooked.
Right.
It's the brains behind the laser beam. When you're outside, how visible is your laser?
It's not very visible.
No.
Not visible.
No. So what you want to do is make sure you have a good receiver. Now this DTEC receiver, what's unique about it, it's IP67, so it's submersible. It'll take a 10-foot drop to concrete. Our laser, if it got knocked off the tripod at 6 feet, it's going to be okay. You're not going to lose accuracy. When you combine this setup, what's going to do, it's going to show you with a fraction of an inch if you're high or low to the actual fraction. 16th, 8th, quarter. You get your decks pretty good, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. We get money.
There you go.
Yeah.
I love it. When you compare it up with this grade rod, what this is called is a zero elevation rod. Once you've got it zeroed out, if I was to turn on the laser just for a sample here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this top bar there at 0, and then I'm going to bring the rod up. Once you've got it rod leveled out, now we would know from the top of this laser beam all the way to the ground what our elevation is. Right now you would take the overall numbers and you would say right now we're at 3'9". There's the 3 foot down here. So you'd say we're at 3'9¼ That just tells us what our elevation is from 0. Now if you're coming in, you said I want my piers 12 inches higher. You're going to use this rod. So what you're going to do is you would drop this down 12 inches. Now you would use the bottom of that rod to go ahead and determine the top height of those.
Okay.
So it's very simple to use. So it's called a 0 grade rod.
Okay.
Very nice.
I have one of those. I'll be using it now that I know how to.
There you go. He buys all these great gadgets and doesn't use them. The next part, if you talk about layout, I want to do long range control layout. I want to get the perfect square.
Right.
It's probably one of our most, right now, iconic and #1 sellers in the laser world. It's called the Layout Station, the LA180. What's unique about it, it actually auto aligns. So when you go ahead and arm the system, if in your case, we're going to line up some post holes.
Right.
And our deck holes are going to be here, and we're going to go down the side of the house.
Right.
You're actually going to be able to shoot a perfect 90 with accuracy. When you talk about small lasers, the range of a small laser, we always say ideal working conditions are less than 30 feet. It's visible out to 100, but you suffer on your accuracy. What's unique about this laser, it's servo controlled. So when you look in here and you see all the beautiful diodes, the servos, what the motor does is actually gets it in position, and we're able to maintain our accuracy. What's nice about that? 3/30 seconds at 100. It's the most accurate line laser on the market.
That's really accurate.
So the receiver is unique because it's a transceiver. When you turn it on, it actually talks to the laser. You push a button right here, those little crosshairs, and you've actually armed it. You'll see a couple lights light up. Then the laser will actually start to move. So as we look at the laser here, you can see the knob is spinning, and you can see it's actually moving. It's coming to find the receiver. So what's going to happen? It's going to turn on a beautiful green little tone here. It's going to let you know that you've just established your control line. Then, with the second beams coming out, it's giving you that 90. In this case, it does 180 degrees of layout.
Wow.
So, two different choices.
Oh, okay. So you can go this way or this way.
You got it.
Got you.
Then
that's what the LA 180 versus the LA 90 just does the 90, but the LA 180 will do the another additional. Okay.
You got it. Then if you push this button here, we just turned on the fourth diode. That's your horizontal mode. So now what I could do is I could put this onto my grade rod and use this just like you would for your elevations. So it's actually a multi-use unit. However,
how graded is this IP?
54. That's a great question, Dr. Dex.
Well, thinking about the rain again.
There you go.
Because I have both these models, but I'm concerned about this one being in the weather. I figured this one would be a little bit better for real rainy days.
That's great.
That we were leaving it out when we're pouring concrete and it's just kind of nasty out.
That's
you know?
key. And what you just said is such a great point. What happens is, let's think about the duty, the task at hand that day. What we're going to say is, we're here to lay out and establish layout. Then what you could do with it? Put it back in that case.
Yeah.
Now, if you know it, the weather, climate, you're going to be fine. It's no concerns. It's going to be okay.
Sure.
Extreme weather conditions, leave it out all day, let it run. Definitely the LER 350 for overall durability and performance.
Awesome.
When it comes to small range lasers, if you're in the market for a small range, consider buying one that pulsates. Our LEX 300G does have a pulsating beam and it will work with a receiver.
Okay. So one last thing can I ask from you is, can you give us a quick rundown on your bread and butter, the stuff that I've known, tried and true, that I've had for years and years, that I knew before I knew you?
Yeah, for sure.
Just give our viewers a quick shot about your levels.
Love it. So when you look at the story of the company, the history, do you know what we actually invented?
The spirit bubble, right? Or the spirit level?
The hinge rule.
The hinge.
A folding ruler.
Okay, yeah.
So 130 years ago, we patented the hinge to make the ruler fold. Since then, we've become a full measurements company, and we have a developed process where we actually monolithic bond a blocking system into a spirit level. Hold that thought. So what I want to show you is the profile. So this is probably our most symbolic one that you see everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
So that's called the Type 196. Heavy-duty frame, beautiful level. What I was telling you about with that monolithic block, what happens is the vial is actually bonded into this block so it can't come out. So if you drop that, a traditional spirit level, you'd probably pop the vial straight out. What this does is it ensures that they'll never shift or move. So our lifetime warranty states its accuracy. If those vials ever shifted or didn't read the full length of the profile of the frame, you would get an over-the-counter exchange.
Nice.
So when we look at the range of levels, the sizes, we don't really cater to a very narrow spectrum. What we do is we cater to people that have applications. We're not simply just creating a level length that's just useless, let's say. And I hate to use that word, but however, it's the truth. When you look at Stabila as a whole, we're not making leaf blowers, I'm not making coffee pots and lawn mowers and everything else. We specialize in lasers and levels. So when it comes to this guy here, think about it. If you rewound the clock and we said, how do we used to install doors? A Plumb Bob.
Yeah.
What long levels, the length of your opening, what they're doing is give you the perfect install because you have the perfect length level. So it's designed 78-inch level with the industry average door that will work was a 32-inch. So, and it's available in magnetic and non-magnetic. What's nice about a magnetic jammer set is the actual magnet placement. They line up with a traditional residential door hinge pattern. This allows you to work hands-free with your level. So it's really unique that you would have that availability. The 96-inch levels, if you're doing a multi-family series and you don't need to have a full-length extendable plate level, this is a great option. Durable, it's going to last you forever. When we talk about the range of plate levels, they go from 6 to 10 foot to 7 to 12. Very fast, very efficient.
We like those levels quite a bit. Our jam level, or our plate levels that we use, we're constantly extending them out. Sometimes the 10 feet, if we're putting them flat, and then other times when we just need to square something up to 12 feet, and never had a problem or an issue. They work really well.
Yeah, that's a great point. And then when it comes to the 80 series, what's nice about this level, it's called the 80AS. When you look at the actual profile, it's compact and it's medium duty. What's nice for this, when you're doing a millwork install, you're not looking to have something ultra aggressive,
right?
But you want the profile that's easy to work with, feels good in the hand. You see we got this beautiful powder coated finish. Our vials are still all placed and calibrated and checked in Germany 5 times. It's a matched vial system. And what people don't realize is this vial and that vial are guaranteed to read the same for life. So the old days, we used to hex out one on our old wood cane pole, and we would go ahead and say, don't use that vial. Now, with a match system, you could read this one and know that that one reads the same.
Nice.
So that comes in a set. It's called the Pro set. And then over here, you can see the LAX50. That's a pole laser system. So when you get into a remodeler situation, do you ever remodel?
Very little.
There you go.
Very little.
I was just throwing a little bait there.
Sure.
So what happens with this system here, it comes with a pole fully kitted up. What it allows you to do is go ahead and work in a finished open space where you have finished walls. Extend the pole up, clamp your laser to any elevation you want. Cabinets, backsplash, tile. Sure. Especially with all these do-it-yourself shows.
Right.
So that's kind of like the backstory, and I appreciate you coming over and saying hi. It's
Rich,
always a pleasure hanging out with you.
Thank you so much for sharing with us. I know our viewers are going to be seeing this as very valuable information. If you learned something from this video, like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that bell icon if you want to be notified every time we're putting out fresh content. Thank you very much. Have a great day.